So what do you get for that person who's really into a specific show or fandom, and you know they have a lot of that stuff, so you're not exactly sure what they do or do not already have, or maybe there's all kinds of great shirts or things that you're seeing, but you're not really sure what size to get them, and that can be a very treacherous place to go if you buy the wrong size in either direction. So what do you get that person? Well, a lot of the pieces that I sell through my commissions and my Etsy store are custom character sketches that will combine a specific person with their favorite character or show. Today, I'm going to show you a speed paint of one of those commissions.
First, I start with a pencil sketch to block in basic proportions and anatomy. This piece calls for a little bit of hand lettering, so I'm going to use this postcard as like a tiny little straight edge. I'm basing this off of the Star Wars logo font, but it's obviously going to have slightly different proportions since I'm using a longer word. Once I have the first word finished, I use that to base the length and the size of the second word. I use the photo references from my client to add in some identifiable features of the subject. And then I add in some details of the outfit so that it'll be definitely identifiable as Han Solo. Now that the sketch is pretty well done, I'm going to move on to color. I like to start with the flesh tone to kind of give myself a good idea of where my contrast levels need to be for the rest of the piece. After building up a little bit of shading and contrast, I can move on to some other features like the hair. This isn't a fully realistic piece, but I want to have some believable folds and tucks in the fabrics, and I want to make sure that while the colors of the different materials and pieces kind of go together and make a cohesive piece, that I have some definitely distinguishable differences in how I color each piece. I'm trying to keep a careful blend between basing things off of the original character so I stay true to that, but also making sure to pay attention to what the subject had in his photo references. So I'm paying careful attention to details like the seams and pockets of his vest and belt. I'm keeping the bright yellow of the typography nice and thin, so it'll really pop against those neutrals of the rest of the piece, but that it won't overpower them in the end. Once I have the colors laid in, I can move on to inking. This is going to be a lot of fun, bring out a lot of the details, and really make the piece pop. I'm using an ultra fine point Sharpie so that I get a nice solid line, but it isn't too thick and chunky. The inking is going to bring out all the details, like the buckles and pockets on the holster. The crisp black ink is also really going to bring out the Star Wars inspired typography. And now that we're mostly done, I can sign and date the piece to really show that it is a unique and original piece. Now, so he doesn't look like he's sort of hovering in empty space so much, I'm going to add a hint of a background and a little bit of shadow at his feet.
I think this is a perfect gift because not only is it one of a kind, but it really shows that you know this person and that you care about them because you're tying them to their favorite show or character. There are endless possible combinations of characters and shows that you can go with, and it's always a fun, personalized gift. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.